Last week I did a video about how working class people are struggling in the UK financially, about how the cost of living's got so crazy and how, everyone's really feeling the pinch at the moment. Now, while the video was well received and I did get a lot of positive feedback, one person wrote something which kind of stuck in my mind. And they said that if you're struggling financially, all you have to do is either do overtime, get a second job, or get a better paid job. Now, there's a few problems with that because one, not all companies offer overtime, so sometimes doing overtime isn't an option depending on the job you do. Secondly, changing careers isn't always that easy because often you'll have to retrain to do something else, and depending what career you're in at the moment, it can be difficult to make a transition to another career, quickly. And the third thing is, why the hell should you have to work two jobs and do overtime? Because the government are so greedy and inflating costs so bad that working class people are going to be on their knees and not be able to afford to live. Now, I've always been a believer, if you work full time, 40 hours a week, no matter what the job is, you should have that right to be able to afford a place to live, food, bills, and some spending money to spend on yourself and have a little bit of pleasure in life. Now, the government have got to the point they're putting rents up so high, mortgages are going sky high, the food's going sky high, energy bills are soaring out of control. It's going to get to the point they're going to get the working class people on their knees. They will have no spare money. You're going to be working 60, 70 hours a week just to survive. And that little bit of pleasure you had, where you had a little bit of money left to do something you wanted, is going to be gone. Now, I don't think this is right. I think it's absolutely disgusting. The amount of people I know that are struggling financially, they've got children, they have to pay for childcare, so working another job isn't going to, help them because they're going to have to pay more money out in childcare, which is going to take away what little money they're earning with the second job. I just think the government, I really think people are not going to be happy until the working class are absolutely obliterated. They're on their knees and they have nothing, and, your life is going to have no pleasure at all. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I mean, have you really struggled since the bills have gone up? I know lots of people have, and I just think I don't see why people should have to work two or three jobs just to keep a roof over their head. It was absolutely disgusting. When I was growing up in the 80s, 90s, things weren't that bad. Normally, a man could support a family of four on one wage. Women didn't have to work. They could if they wanted, but the mothers, could stay at home if they wanted, and they could still live a reasonably comfortable life. But now both parents have to work. You're both working, more than 40 hours. I don't think the 40-hour work week exists anymore. It's not 9 to 5, it's 9 to 9 if you're lucky. And it's getting to the point, people are just going to be worked into the ground and there's going to be no pleasure in living anymore. You work to live, and now it's just going to be live to work until you die. You won't make old bones, you'll just be used another, rat race, slave to the system, be taxed to death, and then you'll be forgotten about. So let me know what you think in the comments, guys. How have you found it, and do you know anyone who's struggling, and where do you see this country going in the future? I'd like to hear from you.